Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for May 25th, 2025. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we've got Zombie Mason, Zombie Apprentice, and Shop for some reason. I'm not really sure why those things in particular. Oh god, there's Swindler. Okay. Ah, man. We've got Joust, and we've got Imp, we've got Salty Earth, and we've got there we go. Riverboat. The Riverboat card is Tormentor. Okay. So trashing wise, we've got Temple, and that's it. There is Grotto as well. So what are we trying to do here? There's no plus buy except for the rewards. Plus actions, I guess, is Royal Galley and then some rewards. Okay. So I think 5-2 is interesting. With this stuff in the deck, I think it's good. We could just go ahead and start with a Joust. It's not like the most amazing thing, but it's a good card to get into the deck. We'll obviously want to gain rewards and such. And then probably next turn we just play the Shop and see where we are. Like, we might just play the Zombie Mason. A little bit of risk of hitting the Joust there, but even if we do, I guess it's not a big deal. Yeah. You just get a Grotto on 4. Interesting. Yeah, what would be really nice is to see the... I guess Zombie Mason is trashing, yeah. What would be really nice is to see the Joust, like, off the top. The other thing we could do is just Zombie Apprentice the Zombie Mason. We don't feel like we need it. We do that. And we find the Joust. Do we hit Province? Yes, we do. So we have a 60% chance to hit Province this turn, and have Joust and a Province in our deck. That seems pretty good, doesn't it? Seems worth trashing a Zombie Mason. Hell yeah. Well, that's not doing anything. All right. We have Joust on top. We're not going to see the Province with it. Could certainly make a case for not playing it next turn as such. Joust and 4 coppers. So... So... Oh, man. So there's, like, we could invest in some Royal Galleys. We could take a Devil's Workshop. The Imps, if we get to Imp, which reasonably likely to be able to do because of rewards, they should be pretty... Well, actually, I mean, there are a lot of orange cards here, which Imp won't ever be able to play. Well, not never, but, like, we'll only be able to play maybe once. And shop is also like kind of competing for that space in its way. So probably not on the Devil's Workshop. So we could just go direct for Royal Galley. We could also take a Grotto. Grotto could definitely help set up the Joust Province collision. We could, I guess, get a temple and try to start trashing coppers. The fact that it only, like, there's no estates to trash does make that look a lot worse, though. I think I'm going to take a Royal Galley and a Grotto. They're probably going to get a province this coming turn because they just grottoed. Grotto. Oh no! Alright, well... Let me take one more galley here. We could zombie apprentice the shop. Problem is... we have the grotto and the joust down there, but not the province. Eh. I think I like just grottoing 3 cards here and getting another grotto. Alright, here we go. There's the Swindler. Alright, I think I'll go ahead and galley the Joust, even though... oh, maybe we need to... I galley the shop, but... we do that now... yeah, no, never mind, we can... oh, we can also galley the reward, right? Okay, so they still don't have a province, which means... we don't necessarily need to take... like, the thing that we want in the long term. We can be more short term about it. Thinking, that being said, I'm thinking, like, if we want buys, but we also want Courser and not so much on the gold. But maybe it's fine to take a gold right now. I don't know. It's... like, what do we want to buy this turn? We grotto enough copper. Like, we're not going to have that much money anyway. So maybe we do just take the Courser and trigger a shuffle. I'm gonna have 1, 2, 4 coins if we grotto 4 coppers. Oh no, 5, because the galley draws a card. Well, that's enough for another joust. I would like anyway, so yeah. I think we'll take the Courser. Alright. Galley, Courser, actions. I guess we can go with the Zombie Apprentice. We don't really... I don't really anticipate wanting to use that anyway. Alright. Yeah, so I think next turn we'll worry about starting to pick up... Oh, we could use another... Like, more galleys. I guess that's... That's the awkward thing about this. Like, we're going to have plus actions this coming turn. The reason I want another joust is I want to make sure that I collide, right? And because I have the one joust galley, I won't necessarily, but... It's still probably correct to take the joust, even though the galley, despite the galley situation... Copper to curses, whatever. That's weird. Alright. We don't necessarily need actions off of the courser because we're going to get plus actions from the joust. We can also decline to set this aside and then take it with the second joust. I guess there's no reason to do that, though, is there? Alright, do we want domain or do we want renown? Are we going to make use of the extra buys from domain or are we going to make use of the gold from domain? They still don't have a province, so we're still lined up to take another reward next turn. I think having the extra actions in the deck is going to potentially be useful anyway, so I think we'd say domain. Alright. And now we definitely don't need the actions, so I'm going to say cards, coins. Do that. That. Okay. We could take another province to pair with our two jousts. We could take a temple to start trashing now that we have this curse. We could take a riverboat to start attacking and drawing that way, but it's like so slow. This isn't really the time we want necessarily more royal galleys. So I kind of do like province temple. And then this much money, we can start thinking about like triple salt. I don't want to do that now, but next turn. Well, there's one of my galleys. On the other hand, I probably can get an imp off of that. Alright. We play shop to play galley to play courser. Domain. Last card is also a province? Should be. Guess we're going to take Housecarl and Renown. Housecarl basically draws our deck. We could just trash the Zombie Apprentice. We can keep grottoing it, though. And then it can be used for draw late in the game, potentially. Uh, all right. One other Royal Galley, since we lost one of those. There's only 2 rewards left, so more Province Joust stuff doesn't really do much. But taking another province could still be a good idea. Just to, again, potentially later threaten the... just end on salts. We take another galley. 2 galleys. We're gonna have an imp to galley now. I am surprised that they gave me Devil's Workshop and not like a second temple or something, but yeah, so you just do Riverboat Province, I guess. Domain is going to keep giving us payload. Which is probably good enough. Although, well, and we can also take Courser for coins again. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of, like, adding a Joust or whatever doesn't add a whole lot of payload anyway, so. Oh, and I guess we're going to get the turnip. Yeah, alright. For the curse, that actually arguably helps us in a way, because we can trash that with Temple. Take on a province. Can we... can we hit 16 with 4 buys? We had 11 last turn. And we had enough buys. We had a gold, we get to 14. We take this for coins, we get to 16. The problem is, where's our plus actions coming from? Domain and... I mean, it's not like it's important for us to specifically go for a win here, but I think we don't really... Probably... Well, I mean, in theory, we can make that work. Right? We get... The only terminals we need to play... Oh, wait, we have the turnip coming in. Right, okay, so we can just take the actions. I mentioned that already, and then I forgot. Alright. Galley... Joust, I guess. I guess Coronet also gives us money, but also can be used for deck control, so... Galley... I guess the shop doesn't really matter. At least this way we know we can activate it. Alright, and then Coronet, Joust. Oh. There's no reason to set that aside. Imp the Renown. I don't think we need to worry about not trashing copper, but I guess there's no reason to trash copper. Oh, we could actually buy provinces. We can almost... Wait, no, we can buy 4 provinces. We have 2 coffers. Incredible. Why do we have so much more money than I was thinking? Not sure. I guess we did... Oh, because the coronet gave us like 4 coins. Yeah, that's why. Didn't end up using salt at all. Well, eat it, swindler. I don't know what went wrong for the AI here. Surely it could have hit province. I mean, the fact that we hit province turn 2 is pretty silly. It's not that it was unlikely given what else had happened, but it was unlikely, before the starting hands were distributed. Like, that 5, whatever. The 5 copper hand turn 1 was basically what we needed to be able to do that. I mean, I guess even opening a silver would work for it, but then you wouldn't have the joust in your deck. Yeah, so that was pretty silly, and so we had a pretty big advantage from that. But they still could have, we didn't impair turn 3, turn 4, which definitely meant they had the chance to do some amount of catching up. But well, so they trashed a copper here. They opened Grotto and then they trashed a copper. So you start this game with 8 coins in your deck, so you can hit province off of that. I had 9 once I added the joust, and then I drew all but one of my cards because of the apprentice mason, the shop, and then the joust. And of the 7 starting coppers, I drew 6 of them, so all but 1. So they trashed a copper, so they could still at that point they can still hit province off of 5 copper. 5 copper shop. Oh wait, no, 6 copper shop joust. But they'd have to do the apprentice mason thing or apprentice grotto. So they have that in their deck. Although having added the grotto to their deck adds another stop card, so that would make it harder, admittedly. But they did trash a copper, so it's still possible, I guess. Anyway, so then they grotto. So this is where what's really confusing. Okay, what is this? You grotto 2 cards and then you pay 3 for a grotto? Why don't you grotto one of these coppers? What? Wait, no, it's grotto 1 card. It's a grotto the zombie apprentice. So that's already a bit of a problem because the zombie apprentice, now you're not going to see it next turn, which means you're not going to be able to do the thing. I think you're probably supposed to just apprentice the grotto here, actually, and try to hit. I mean, the fact that the mason is still down there is annoying, but if you whiff, you can get another joust, and you have another shot to do it next turn by apprenticing the mason or something. But this is super weird. Like, why don't you put another copper under this at the very least? So I remembered saying, oh, they might hit province, and I just assumed that they set aside multiple cards here. I didn't look. And then joust. Grotto 1 card again. I mean, trashing a copper, adding a joust, that does make it more likely, but only 1 card under the grotto still seems dubious. Chop joust again. Now they grotto 4 cards. 3 cards and a zombie apprentice. But they for sure would have hit province here. Like, they hit 4 for Royal Galley. They set aside 3 copper, and but then they also set aside the zombie apprentice. So they'd zombie apprentice the grotto. Surely they hit 8 here. I mean, I guess I'm not... I lost a little bit of track. They trashed 2 coppers. They had 2 jousts. So that's 5 copper, shop, joust, joust. So they should... Yeah, they still have the 8 coins in their deck. It's like there is 1 copper they didn't see this turn. The copper that they discarded, I guess. There's 3, 4... Oh, maybe there's one more as well. But yeah, in any case, yeah, you zombie apprentice the grotto, you hit 8 here. I think... Wow, and I actually... Yeah, that's right. I missed turn 5 as well, and then... and turn 6. So I like missed, like I bottom decked. Well, I guess the province was up here anyway. So the fact that I bottom decked the joust wasn't the issue, but yeah, I missed the collision turn 3, 4, and turn 5, 6. So they had time to catch up, but they just did not get a province even when they could have. And then like they do all whatever this is, and all they do is gain a tools and a swindler, and then it's like, okay, now I have my collision. Now we're off to the races, and yeah. So in conclusion, get a province, get rewards. It's really important on this board. Yeah, I'm certainly confused by the bot's play. In any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.